Alright, welcome back. Today we have all the builds for good old Bone Daddy. Now, all of his builds are going to revolve around his three, let's be honest. That is what Nekros does. You don't want a Nekros for his Terrify, or for his army, or for his Soul Punch. You want him to be there to double your loot. That is his job. That is the role that he plays in every single time someone's recruiting for Nekros. And for that role, we've got Despoil. This build does two things. Makes you frickin' invincible, and also gives you the maximum Desecrate ability. Now, 139 strength, go over here. Desecrate doesn't scale with strength, nor does it scale with duration. What it scales with are efficiency and range. Now with the Despoil Augment, most people look at this and go, that looks absolutely horrible. And you know, if you didn't have some of this insane durability on, and health conversion works, because Desecrate pops extra health orbs, so you have endless healing. And it's reliable. It is very reliable. So health conversion is almost always spooled up, which makes it better than adaptation. Kind of. There's some caveats. And for this build, I'm running both. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a sick build. So, one thing I do want to point out, 70 meters. That's a huge radius. Honestly, you don't need that much for 90% of the game's content. If you're in a squad and you are despoiling, if you are the Nekros, you do want a build like this. This will keep you from going down, and it'll allow you to despoil endlessly. That's everything you need, really. Corrosive projection. I'll be honest, Nekros doesn't come with a dash here, and I highly recommend an Aura Forma. He's right up there in my top recommendations. Although a lot of people will swap this out for, well, they'll just change it with a normal Forma. Not recommended, because you take Nekros everywhere. You take him against the Infested, you take him against the Corpus. You take him against Sentients too. Now, this is not the build I run every day. I run the balanced build. Of course, you got your good old corrosive projection, but I'm running power drift and blind rage. I thought you said strength despoiled in scale, and I've got two augments? What is this nonsense? Let's break it down. Shield of Shadows, ignore the description. Let's go here. Damage reduction and radius. I can get almost 90 meters away from my shadows, and they will still be taking the hits for me. Not only are that is 7 specters that spawn. That is 7 people that the AI is going to target. Their damage reduction doubles. So not only do you have a straight 90% damage reduction, enemies are not going to be shooting at you. They are going to be shooting at your shadows. This, oh my gosh, when I found this, it was amazing. Amazing. Like, level 100 enemies with this up really struggle to touch you. The other thing, with all this armor, incredible. Like, you practically never take damage. A lot of people will run adaptation here instead. That's fine. Do what you want. Use the mods you have. I understand health conversion is kind of hard to get. Now, in order to get the maximum damage reduction from Shield of Shadows, you do have to go to 200% power strength. The only way to do that with 2 mods is Blind Rage and Power Drift. So that's why I did that. It hurts on efficiency pretty badly, but even if you just have the Zeneric Energizing Dash, you should be able to rock this. Or just run one pip down. Blind Rage is a brutal mod. Absolutely brutal. Sometimes you need some lower pips, and that's absolutely fine. Just be sure to break that 200%. For duration, I want my shadows to last. And so, notice that little thing, health decay per second, 2%. Had to do something there. The primed continuity helps quite a bit. You can use the non-prime mod. It's not as good, of course, but hey, don't go with narrow-minded. You still need range to desecrate. And the reason I knew I wanted somewhere around 45, so 43.75, about 44, that covers almost all mission types. And that's a radius. So that means allies 44 meters in front of me and allies 44 meters behind me are still getting the benefit. This is a big deal. Also, I can rock Terrify. Terrify needs strength to strip armor, needs range, and duration doesn't hurt. So this build, while you don't cast often, and that's why Energize is here, because if Energize procs, I get a cast something. I either get a drop of Terrify, or get a refresh my shadows for free. Oh yeah, that's why I'm doing that. Guardian, totally optional. It's just out of habit. And Super Tank. Adaptation, Shield of Shadows, health conversion, and the 200% power strength. Don't do this build. This works out to a 99.9 and some change damage reduction. This is a ridiculous build. This build, you just face tank everything. You're invincible. Nothing can touch you. Not really useful when nothing can touch me with this build. Now let's actually break it down. And the weapons I chose were chosen very specifically. In order to get the absolute best results with Nekros, you need to turn your enemies into kibble. Just doing that? Well, that was only one drop chance increase. You gotta turn them into kibble. You gotta take their bodies and cut them in half. Yeah, there's a reason we call him Bone Daddy. And every single time you do that, you get to roll the drop table again. Like right there. Each half dropped an orb. It's not 100%. That's why sometimes you'll see multiple Nekroses. But ultimately, what you want the slashiest weapons you can possibly find. Axomati Prime? Very, very slashy. They kind of blew them apart. Not quite the goal. Kind of going for the legs. Because if you hit things in the extremities, you kibble them. And there you have it. That's really how to do Nekros. He is next to invincible. Has all the durability you could ask for, and he's the loot frame. He gives you more rewards. He lessens the grind. Totally whiffed on the second shot. It does help. Oh. Brutal. But there you have it. That's how to do Nekros. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any thoughts, go ahead and leave a comment. If you want to see more content, go ahead and subscribe, or leave a like. And have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the new unvaulting.